Want to know what gives some people real power? Not money. It's not a matter of status. It's not who they know. It's their daily habits. People with power think clearly, act on purpose, and earn respect without uttering a word. They keep cool in the middle of mayhem, pick their friends carefully, and live by rules that can't be broken. This video will teach you the 7 habits that all powerful people have. These are principles from Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus that can change the way you live, think, and move through the world. Pay notice, since everything around you will change once you start using these habits. Number 1. They master their emotions. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over things that happen outside of it. Understand this, and you will gain strength." This is the first rule of inner strength. Every strong person you've ever looked up to, from great leaders to quiet innovators, has one thing in common. They never let their feelings get the best of them. They don't get angry when people insult them. They don't fall apart when they're let down. They stop. They take a breath. They think. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean pushing them down. It means controlling them. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, it's how you react to it." Most people lose control when they get angry because they are prisoners to their feelings. People with power turn feelings into energy. Anger turns into focus. Fear turns into being vigilant. Sadness turns into wisdom. They use every feeling to help them do something bigger. You can't control the storm, but you can control the sail. That's what makes you strong. They know that feelings are signs, not orders. Feelings come from how we see things, not from the things themselves. The Stoics taught the technique of cognitive mastery, long before modern psychology was a thing. They understood that it is not the object itself that worries us, but the narrative we associate with it. Seneca reportedly observed, "A wise man is not raised up by good times or brought down by bad times. He has always tried to rely mostly on himself." This is how powerful people live. They've learned to keep their heads balanced no matter what the world thinks of them. Their self-worth doesn't change with their feelings because it's based on discipline. You can think of it as a flame that is safe from glass. The flame stays the same even when the wind blows and the air changes. That's what it means to be emotionally strong. It's not faking to feel nothing. It's experiencing everything without letting it take over your life. Epictetus urged his students to regard their feelings as guests at the door. Recognize anger when it knocks, but don't let it stay. When dread whispers, pay attention to what it says, but then use reason to ignore it. People who are powerful do this without thinking. They look before they act. They think about what they say before they say it. And because of that, they win not only arguments, but also life. Marcus Aurelius always thought about this habit. He noted in his meditations, if someone does something wrong, they hurt themselves. They have hurt their own character, not yours. This kind of view helped him stay cool under a lot of stress. Imagine being the ruler of an empire that is at war, full of treachery and full of sickness, but still being calm, smart, and logical. That's not luck. That is emotional strength that has been trained. Emotional mastery is powerful because it provides you options. Most individuals do things on a whim. Powerful people do things on purpose. They don't let short-lived feelings hurt them for good. They know that the best judgments are made when people are calm, and that every time things get heated, they have a chance to show genuine control. To get strong, start here. Pay attention to the next time you feel angry or anxious. Don't respond. Just watch the feeling like a passing cloud. Tell yourself, this is just a feeling, not a fact. The more you exercise this detachment, the less your feelings will affect you and the more control you will have over your life. The Stoics thought that the strongest person is the one who has won over themselves. Number 2, they speak with precision and purpose. People in power talk less, but when they do, everyone pays attention. Seneca stated, "Speech is the mirror of the soul. As a man speaks, so is he." People that are very powerful don't rush to say because they realize that every word matters. They are quiet on purpose, speak clearly, and use a tone that gets people's attention without being pushy. Stoicism sees communication as a way to discipline oneself. Every time you talk, you show how much you think. People in power know that using too many words makes them less powerful. So they utilize language as a weapon, but only when they need to and with care. Epictetus said, "Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in a few words." When powerful people talk, They don't talk about other people, criticize or gloat. They teach, persuade, and motivate. They know how to speak less and convey more because true authority doesn't need to yell. It whispers but still gets attention. They know that once you say something, you can't take it back. It may either create respect or tear it down. The Stoics thought that speech should be used to tell the truth, not to show off. Marcus Aurelius said, "Let your words come from deep thought." A powerful person doesn't say things on a whim. They mean what they say. They never talk only to fill the silence. They talk to make things clear. In a society where people are always looking for rapid answers, powerful people value taking a break. They don't mind stillness. They use it. Their quiet restraint makes other people uncomfortable since most people think that silence means weakness. In reality, silence is a strategy. They listen first, then speak, and they often say the most by saying the least. Seneca reportedly said, "The tongue is the mind's punishment." People often ruin chances, relationships, or reputations just because they couldn't keep their mouths shut. People in power realize that language can be good and bad, and they use it that way. When they talk, they do so in a way that makes sense, is organized, and is mindful of their feelings. Epictetus told his students that talking without thinking shows that you don't care. He stated, "If you want to get better, be okay with people thinking you're dumb and foolish." This humility, the determination to stay quiet instead of proving themselves, is what makes powerful individuals seem mysterious. They don't fight to win. They only talk when it serves a purpose. They talk to each other in a methodical way. They don't want to take over. They want to lift up. They are short, planned, and emotionally balanced. They seldom say anything. They always behave wisely. They talk in a clear, calm, and purposeful way that shows how they think. People automatically pay attention when powerful people walk into a room. They don't have to ask to be heard, because what they say is worth hearing. Their tone doesn't ask for acceptance. It demands respect. That's the calm charm that Stoic communication builds. The ability to change people's minds, not by yelling, but by showing them what's important. To get into this habit, learn how to hold back. Take a moment before you talk. Before you say anything, ask yourself, is this true? Is it needed? Will it be helpful? If not, don't say anything. Your words will become more important as time goes on. People will stop paying attention to how much you talk and start paying attention to how well you do it. The Stoics knew that being precise in speech shows that you have a good mind, and that's what makes you unforgettable. Number 3, they are ruthlessly disciplined. Discipline is the source of all power. Potential is meaningless without it. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity. He is not allowed to show what he can do." The things powerful individuals do when no one is looking define them. They get up early, stick to a routine, and do things even when they don't want to. Being disciplined is a way to respect yourself. It reads, "I don't need to feel good to do what's right." Every morning, Marcus Aurelius told himself, "Think about how lucky you are to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love." He didn't wake up looking for comfort. He woke up to do his job. People in power don't regard discipline as punishment. They see it as freedom. The more control they have over themselves, the less control others have over them. They know that discipline isn't about being strict. It's about being in sync. It's about living each day in line with your bigger purpose, not your short-term wants. Epictetus remarked, "No great thing is made all at once, just like a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me you want a fig, I'll say that there needs to be time. Let it bloom first, then bear fruit and finally ripen." This is a reality that powerful individuals live by. They realize that change takes time. They don't get distracted by instant pleasure because they've taught themselves to value stability over excitement. Their power comes from performing the monotonous, repetitive, and unglamorous job that most people don't want to do. This work produces an amazing life. Seneca said not to be lazy and call it comfort. He replied, "It's not that we don't have much time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Discipline is how strong people keep their time safe. They arrange their days, stay focused, and do things with care. They see every moment as an investment, not a mistake. Their routines may seem normal on the outside, but they are built on a strong base. They don't look for motivation. They make it happen. Every choice, every action, and every behavior that they do over and over again makes them who they are. Discipline isn't about making people work hard. It's about helping them find themselves. Marcus Aurelius often talked about duty, which means that living with discipline is not for a reward, but for self-respect. He told himself, when you have trouble getting out of bed at dawn, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. People with power take that to heart. They don't see discipline as a chore. They see it as a way to show their purpose. They act even when they're tired, angry, or not feeling creative. Not perfectly, but they keep going. One day of discipline turns into 2, then 10, and ultimately a lifetime of control. And freedom is control. Freedom doesn't mean doing whatever you want in Stoicism. It implies being strong enough not to do things that make you weak. The strong know this very well. They chose to be uncomfortable today, so they can be in charge tomorrow. They don't wait for the ideal time. They make it happen by being consistent all the time. Stop looking for motivation if you desire power. Get some discipline. Get up early. Make sure you keep your word. When others are resting, you should work. As the Stoics knew, putting off work only makes you weaker. The mind that is disciplined doesn't wish for greatness. It works for it. Number 4. They value solitude over noise. In a world where everyone wants to be seen and heard, powerful individuals become quiet. They feel strong when they are alone. Marcus Aurelius spent hours thinking and writing down his private ideas. He did this not to show off, but to get his soul in order. He thought that being alone makes things clearer, and that clarity makes things stronger. Seneca stated, "Be friends with people who can help you grow. Welcome people who you can help." The procedure is two-way, but he recognized that sometimes being alone is vital for self-renewal. Strong people use isolation as their forge, a place where all distractions go away and their goals become apparent. Some people need constant validation, yet they recharge when they're alone. They think carefully, make plans, and come out with a greater belief. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. It's where insight comes from. You can only start to believe in yourself so strongly that you don't need noise or acceptance when you can stand alone. They know that being alone isn't a way to go away from it all. It's a way to learn. The world is loud, full of opinions, chaos, and noise that tries to tug your thinking in every direction but your own. People in power stay away from the noise because they realize that stillness is the only way to get clear. Epictetus once remarked, "If you want to get better, be okay with being thought of as dumb and foolish." In solitude, strong people let go of what society expects of them. They don't worry about being misunderstood or forgotten, since they realize that being alone can lead to change. The best ideas emerge when the mind doesn't have to do anything. Seneca said in his letters to Lucilius, "A man finds himself in solitude. In company, he may easily lose himself." That's why the powerful make sure there is distance between them and the mob on purpose. They spend time alone not because they don't like other people, but because they care about their own thinking. Being alone gives individuals time to think about their thoughts, face their flaws, and make their purpose stronger. Marcus Aurelius was in charge of the biggest empire in the world, but he often wrote as if he were the only one. Meditations, his journal, was not meant for the public. It was a conversation with his own spirit. That's what being alone gives you, the chance to talk to yourself honestly. Just the truth, with no masks, roles, or other things to think about. People in modern society are afraid of silence because it shows who you really are. When you're alone, your thoughts get louder, your worries get bigger, and your distractions go away. But that's exactly where power comes from, addressing the parts of yourself that you don't want to deal with. People who are strong sit in that discomfort until it turns into peace. Epictetus urged his disciples, "A man who is grounded in life will not be swayed by what others say." Being alone is how that grounding happens. You stop needing other people to tell you you're good when you learn to appreciate being alone. You quit trying to get attention, and when you stop chasing, you start attracting. Independence is like a magnet. When they are alone, strong people make choices that shape their future. They think, plan, and see things in a way that no group of people could ever do for them. They know that to lead others, they must first lead themselves, and that leadership comes from calm, not chaos. So take breaks to disengage. Put your phone away, turn off the noise, and sit in silence. At first it will seem unusual, but after a while you will feel stronger and sharper. Because being alone is not the same as being alone. It's an increase in height. The world has less power over you the more at ease you are with yourself. Number 5, they choose their circle carefully. Your friends and family shape your future. Epictetus remarked, "The key is to only be around people who make you feel good and bring out the best in you." People in power really get this. They realize that one bad person can ruin your attention faster than anything else. They don't want a lot of people. They want good people. They pick friends who push them, mentors who help them, and allies who lift them up. They stay away from gossip, drama, and pointless conversation, since they realize these things make them weaker mentally. Seneca warned about hanging out with individuals who change your character. He said, "A wise man is happy with himself, but he needs friends." People with power don't cut themselves off. They choose. Their circle isn't based on comfort. It's based on growth. They also know that energy can spread. Being around people that are smart, disciplined, and ambitious will automatically make you feel better about yourself. On the other hand, those who are toxic, sluggish, or jealous take away your attention, motivation, and ability to make good decisions. Powerful people guard their mental space just as carefully as they guard their time. Marcus Aurelius thought on this idea in his Meditations, where he said, "Be careful who you hang out with, because their habits will slowly become yours." They realize that influence isn't always clear. It sneaks in and changes how people think, feel, and even act every day. That's why they are careful about who they let get near to them. It's not about being arrogant or better than others. It's about being in sync with your circle. Throughout history, every great leader, visionary, or philosopher built relationships that helped them stay true to their principles and goals. They knew that no one can become great on their own, and that no one can become great in a bad atmosphere either. This habit also implies ending partnerships that aren't helping either person grow. People with power aren't scared to talk about things that make them uncomfortable or end relationships. They put long-term growth ahead of short-term comfort because they know that real progress frequently means cutting back. And here's an important point. Your circle doesn't just affect what you do, it also affects how you think. Others that are powerful surround themselves with others who think, question their ideas, push them out of their comfort zones, and encourage them to do more. If you want to gain power in your life, check out your circle today. Who makes me feel better? Who makes me tired? Who pushes me to improve? People in power answer these questions honestly and make choices on purpose, because the people you hang out with shape your future. And while you're forming a strong circle, click the subscribe button to join a group of people who are dedicated to growth, mastery, and unbreakable strength. Number 6, they stay calm in chaos. When everything around you is coming apart, staying calm gives you a rare kind of power. Epictetus said, "The only way to be happy is to stop worrying about things we can't change." People that are powerful know that life will always put them to the test. People will betray them, plans will fail, and chaos will happen. But instead of falling apart, they change. Marcus Aurelius had to deal with battle, disease, and betrayal, but he never lost his cool. He said, "If something outside of you is bothering you, the pain is not because of that thing, but because of how you see it." This is what makes the strong different from the weak, the ability to keep calm. People with power think things out instead of panicking. They watch as other people react. They are not quiet because they don't know what's going on. They are calm because they are planning. They realize that being calm clears the mind and makes decisions easier. Their stillness during storms doesn't mean they're weak. It's power in disguise. They also know that pandemonium doesn't last forever, but decisions and reputations do. Seneca said, "We imagine suffering more than we actually do." People that are powerful don't let their fears of what could happen control what they do. Instead, they concentrate on what can be accomplished, preserving clarity and reason when others are engulfed by panic or hopelessness. They have a tactical edge when they stay calm in the middle of pandemonium. While everyone else is upset, scared, or angry, they can think clearly, make judgments swiftly, and act forcefully. When people are calm, it shows strength to others. People naturally trust and follow those who are calm, even in the storm. This habit isn't something you do without thinking. You have to keep educating your mind to let go of things you can't control. Epictetus said, "Use what you can and let the rest happen." People with power take this advice to heart. They care more about what they can do than what they can't. Marcus Aurelius often told himself that things that happen outside of us are neutral. It is our assessment of them that makes us suffer. People in power think the same way. They don't waste energy on being angry, scared, or resentful. They save their mental and emotional energy for finding solutions, making plans, and taking action. Their tranquility also makes other people feel safe. People, teams, and allies are drawn to people who can stay calm under stress. When everyone else is falling apart, the calm person is a beacon of stability. Just being there can convert turmoil into an opportunity. To develop this habit, try to watch things without reacting right away. Take a deep breath, get back. Ask yourself, what can I control? What can I not change? Concentrate on what you can change. This practice will eventually become second nature, and you'll notice a big change in how you deal with life and how other people deal with you. Real power isn't about avoiding turmoil. It's about being in charge of yourself in it. Number 7. They live by unshakable principles. Moral clarity is the last thing that every powerful person does. People in power don't easily change their minds based on what other people think, what's popular, or what they want. They follow rules that are strong, unbreakable, and always the same. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Don't do it if it's not right. Don't say it if it's not true." These words led him as emperor, and they are still the most important part of real authority. Seneca also said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." In other words, you should not change your beliefs to get favor. People in power recognize that their honesty, reputation, and word are their most valuable assets. They don't give up their ideals for the sake of ease. They don't choose the easy way. They choose the correct way. This moral stability makes them very strong, since no outside force can shake you when your soul is steady. Having a clear sense of purpose is also part of living by unshakable ideals. Strong people don't just go along with what everyone else thinks, or do what they think is best for them in the short term if it goes against their inner convictions. Epictetus said, "First tell yourself what you want to be and then do what you have to do." They know who they are on the inside, and their behaviors naturally show that. This regularity is quite attractive. People trust them because they always act in a way that is honest and reasonable, not on a whim or out of anger. They become anchors in a world of uncertainty, and their power comes not from force but from being completely honest. Seneca said that self-control is more important than getting favor from others. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. People with a lot of power understand this idea. They won't give up their morals for fame, money, or popularity. Instead, they learn to be self-sufficient and find happiness and power inside themselves. Living by ideals also keeps individuals safe when things go wrong. Their ideals guide them when they have to make tough choices and feel stressed. Marcus Aurelius often thought about how sticking to virtue kept him calm and clear, even when things were chaotic and people were betraying him. People in power act the same way. Their moral compass guides every choice, which gives them confidence and strength that can't be taken away. In the end, power based on principles lasts because it doesn't depend on circumstances, influence, or fear. It depends on truth and honesty. While some may fall when they are seduced or coerced, the individual who is rooted in their convictions stays strong. This is the last sign of power, living a life that is intentional, moral, and consistent, earning respect without asking for it, and inspiring people without needing to be praised. To develop this habit, figure out what your basic principles are and stick to them no matter what. Let that inner standard show in all you do, say, and think. It takes time to build power, but it lasts forever when it is based on strong ideas. Not all powerful people are born that way. They are made by discipline, silence, self-control, and a sense of purpose. They manage their words, keep their cool in the middle of mayhem, and live by rules that never change. These are the habits that draw others to them without them even knowing it. Marcus Aurelius once stated, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Stop talking about become powerful and start doing it." Make these behaviors a part of your daily life until they become who you are. Because genuine power doesn't yell. It speaks softly, moves slowly, and rules the world without having to compel it.